I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I ain't find this April Fool's joke to be funny. Why show us full commons if you was gonna upgrade them to diamonds? I didn't even want to do this program originally, but once I saw the diamonds, I said, oh snap, hold on. I can add them to my collection. First step, as always, go into your Moments tab, and once inside there, just go to where it says Theme Programs. Once inside there, do the Common Courtesy Program. Now, keep in mind that it's April Fool's, so whatever it's telling you not to do, that's exactly what you want to do. You want to get caught stealing, you want to give up 4 runs, you want to strike out twice, and you want to make 4 outs. So just bunt with Stan, swing at every single pitch early as hell with Joe, and then intentionally walk every single hitter with Vita, and last but not least, leave early, get picked off, or get caught at second base. It's simple. The stat missions are going to be the next set of missions that we're going to work on. In particular, we're going to knock out first giving up hits with starting pitchers, errors with second basemen, and then giving up runs with Royals pitchers. But before I do that, we stream daily on Twitch. Link is inside the description. Also hit that like button and red subscribe button. Help us to continue to grow. The easiest way to get a team full of these kinds of second basemen is to just go to second base, click on that, and then you can, if you don't want to use your diamonds and get them offline errors, select an overall filter to where you have a full common team, but select whatever second baseman is available. Once you have set whichever filter, play them at a position, and then go back to second base and do the same thing until your entire team is full of second basemen. Inside of a game, you're just going to make errors by throwing on the red error margin. So turn on button accuracy inside your fielding settings if you do not have that. For the starting pitchers, it's the same thing. You're going to rinse and repeat the same process, but this time around, instead of looking for second basemen, you're going to filter by Kansas City Royals pitchers, and you only really need one of them. So just select whichever, and you're going to throw him out into the game. Once you have done that, I would highly suggest facing a team like the Dodgers and switching the difficulty to GOAT. Your plan is to not get outs. So even if you're camped underneath the ball, run away from it. Even if the ball goes directly at the fielder, make an error on purpose on the throw. But by playing on GOAT difficulty, the Dodgers are going to hit the ball well and just throw fastballs nonstop down the middle. I would even go out of my way while doing this, right? First of all, you're playing at home. You can pick a stadium that's big. That way they can hit home runs a lot easier, or select a stadium like Polo Grounds so you can give up the 10 runs easier. But what I would do to make things a whole lot easier and just throw pitches right down the middle is change your pitching interface from pinpoint to classic. That way you just have to press X nonstop and can do this while watching a show or a game on the side. So now you're going to be at 28 program points, and that's still not going to be enough to unlock Vita Blue, which is pivotal before we grind any PXP missions. So our next steps are going to be strikeouts with center fielders, as well as strikeouts with Cubs, as well as strikeouts with Cardinals, and getting caught stealing with Athletics. But there's a specific way I want you to go about it. So since you will have Richie should be inside your squad. You can place him at DH, and then you're going to rinse and repeat the same process you did with second basemen, but for center fielders. But there is an additional filter that we're going to want to have now with center fielders. We want to make sure that we have a team full of Cardinals and Cubs players. So you can alternate the center fielders by Cubs and Cardinals, ensuring that you have one of each. So we're going to have one Cubs, and then we're going to go directly and get the next one to be a Cardinal center fielder, and you're going to do the same thing nonstop. You're going to want to have those center fielders at the top of the lineup, and then once you run out of center fielders, you're going to have the remaining players be either Cardinals players or Cubs players. So your entire lineup 1 through 9 is going to be a Cub, Richie Ashburn hitting first, Cardinal hitting second, Cub hitting third, Cardinal hitting fourth, and so on and so forth. Now for the bench, this is the pivotal part. You're going to go into the bench and filter now by Oakland Athletics players. So whatever players are there available, it doesn't matter. Just go ahead and integrate them into the bench. So you're going to have 4 options to bring in and pitch run. Once that team is set up, you're going to do the same thing, but this time around, you can pick a team like the Orioles. You can pick whatever team you want. You're going to go into play versus CPU. And by the way, if you've made it this far and you don't understand why we're doing play versus CPU, is because stat missions count as soon as you quit out in play versus CPU, as long as that plate appearance is completed. So if we needed to strike out, as soon as we strike out and quit out, that's going to count as 1 out of the 15 strikeouts. So that's why we're doing it that way, and that way we don't pitch versus the Dodgers on GOAT difficulty, but you can play out the entire game if you'd like to, right? So you're going to switch the difficulty to GOAT, and instead of playing as home now, since all we care about is hitting, you're going to be playing as away. So on GOAT difficulty, honest to God truth, this is all I did. I went ahead and selected my 5th best starting pitcher. That way the Orioles also select their 5th best starting pitcher. And then I put the controller down and I would glance back. And eventually, they walk a hitter every now and then. Within the amount of games that you're going to need to get strikeouts with Cardinals players as well as Cubs players and the center fielders, eventually you're going to be walked 5 times. As soon as you get on first, make sure you pinch run the runner on first for whoever you have on the bench that's in Oakland Athletic, and then get thrown out at second base. You're going to do that 5 times, and you're going to finish one of the teams a little bit earlier than the other. So whenever you finish that team earlier, and let's say you finish center fielders 2 at the same time, you adjust it based on needs. Now inside the program, you're going to be at 44 program stars. You will have unlocked Vita Blue, and you still have Richie Ashburn. Now, you haven't gotten any parallel XP progress towards him unless you went out of your way and played out the play versus CPU game, which I do not recommend if you want to do this as fast as possible. Now with Richie Ashburn and Vita Blue, you're going to simply make sure that Vita Blue is your 5th best starting pitcher in whatever team you want to take into, let's say, play versus CPU or Conquest or mini seasons. I highly suggest Conquest on rookie difficulty, and you're going to fill out your entire team full of common players. So the filter is simple. Max overall is going to be a 64 overall, and every player on your team should be a 64 overall. You're going to put Richie Ashburn at the top of your lineup, and then you're going to do the same thing for your starting rotation. You're going to do the same thing for your bullpen, but make sure that Vita Blue is your 5th pitcher inside of this sorting if all of them are 64 overalls. That way, when you face the CPU and Conquest on rookie difficulty, they also put their worst pitcher as well. They dropped a new Conquest map, which we're going to go ahead and tackle in this video alongside the baseball map. So you guys are going to be gravy when it comes to seeing the hidden rewards and the guide to completing it. And you can use both of these maps in order to complete the PXP missions. But simply, all that's going to be left is you getting the parallel XP needed with Ashburn, getting it with Vita Blue. Since you have a team full of common players, you should trigger this reward at least once or twice, and that's going to allow you to unlock Joe Morgan. Look at that, I didn't even finish the parallel XP mission with Joe Morgan. You are going to place Richie and Joe Morgan at the top of the lineup, and every single Conquest game you're going to be pitching with Vita Blue no matter what until you get to 64 program stars, unlock Stan Musial, and then you complete the program and get all 4 diamonds. Now it's time for the Conquest. There's only 4 strongholds inside of these Conquest maps, so it should be pretty easy for us to see where the teams strike first. As you can see, they strike within each other, connecting in a way. So that's where we're going to want to have our blockers. So pretty simple. What we're going to do is we're going to attack the Minnesota Twins first, and if we lose any fans, you're going to restart, and you're going to do this every single time until you get the perfect simulation, not only on this 3 million fan simulation, but also on the 1 million fan simulation. So let me tell you guys exactly the number that I want you guys to end up over here with. So this is going to be 8, this is going to be 7, and this is going to be 6. You should be at that territory that has 1 million with 6 million fans. Hold on, it's about to happen for us. Never mind. But you should get here with 6 million fans. So I'm going to go ahead and restart until I do. So we've gotten ourselves 6 million fans. What to do next? It's pretty simple actually. You're just going to take the remaining territories left. Now, actually there is no path you could have taken that would have allowed you to circle in the Minnesota Twins instantly. So that's unfortunate, but that's how life is at times. There is no steal fans phase goal over here, so there's nothing we have to worry about in regards to that. We are going to simply skip to reinforce. We are going to reinforce Oh, it's not connected to the stronghold. Okay, I see what y'all did there. So they did a little something different with us here. And since they're not connected, we can't really move much. So what you're going to do with this attack phase is simple. You're going to run all the way down to the middle. That way you can connect both spaces together. And you're going to be able to take over the Twins and the Cardinals relatively easily. So now all of our spaces are going to be connected. We might have some extra spaces. I'm not 100% sure. I should have calculated the steps, but that would have been a little bit too much work. But there's a lot of hidden packs here, so it's looking good off rip. I will have the hidden pack rewards for this map. Unfortunately, Jesse hasn't put out the hidden rewards for the next one, but we might actually end up perfect with the way we took. Hold on, we actually do end up perfect. So look at that. With this 10 million, just go ahead and take some open territories as well. It doesn't really matter too much. So just make sure you don't lock yourself in. Take as many open territories as you can, and we did this perfectly as well. So you guys can follow the exact same rubric over here. Now that everything is connected, it's simple. This is the blocker, so this needs to have 3 million fans. We're gonna put 3 million here as well, just so we can grab these 2 territories, and then the rest is probably going to go on this territory for the Cardinals, just so we can circle them in. So we're going to put 20 just to be safe. And we're going to put 1 territory here just so we can take this open spot. For the Yankees and Brewers, it's right next to each other. So we're going to want to start building this territory eventually here. But that's not even really necessary right now. So we'll just put all of the territories onto this one facing the Cardinals. Make sure you guys go ahead and do that too. And we're just going to move up simply towards the Twins. Make sure they're circled off. They're circled off. The Cardinals with 28 million, we're going to be able to circle them off as well. What that does is it prevents them from being able to reinforce any territory that is outside of the stronghold connection. And if you don't see the stronghold icons anymore, it's because I'm pressing square. Whenever you press square, it takes off the stronghold icons. So look, you're going to repeat this exact same thing that we just did on the other side. I'm just going to take as many open territories as I can that are remaining. That way we spend less time later on. But with 17 million, we can skip to Steel Fans Face, skip to Reinforce this territory right here, which I hope I am not blocking. No, I am not. So this is perfect. Skip to that, and then you're going to reinforce all the remaining fans up to this 35. You're gonna move the 17 million to the 35 as well, and there is really no path unless we started at the top, so that would have been the smarter thing to do. So don't copy me here. Instead, what I want you guys to do is reinforce from the top over here somewhere, and then go down and close off the Brewers. So attack this, attack where we're at now, and then you're going to attack this 1 million, and you're going to do the same thing with the Yankees. So you're going to try to conquer as many territories of both as you guys can. But once you have both of them circled off, then make sure you put 3 million fans on each blocker, which would be this territory here and this territory here, 3 million on each, and then face the strongholds you want and fill out the rest of the territories left. Our adjuster map is a little different. We start off with 15 million, and this is probably one where you do want to see the first step taken. So as you can see, Dodgers take their first step to the left, the White Sox take their first step to their left, the Rockies take the first step to their left, and then Guardians, Blue Jays, same step, and then it's basically to their right for the Diamondbacks and to their left for the Yankees. So with 14 million, let's just circle off the Guardians. And once again, you're going for a perfect simulation. So anytime you lose any amount of fans, you're going to restart here, and you're going to repeat the same process until you do not lose any fans whatsoever. Why, you might ask? Well, this just makes it a whole lot easier for you to be able to maximize and do this in less turns. All right, we lost again, so it's gonna be the same path every single time. So you want to end up here with 10 million fans. Then simply just circle off the Guardians, so they know who's Papa. With the rest of these territories, you can go back up and get as many open territories as you possibly can. There's going to be something specifically we're going to want to do with the blocker that we place on the Guardians in a little bit, so that's something that you guys are going to want to pay attention to. So we're going to put 3 million there as a blocker. Actually, we can't even do that because it can't move in terms of spaces. The rest is going to go over here with 4 million fans. I don't want to attack another stronghold just yet. I just want to take advantage of as many open territories as we can. We're going to skip the steel fans phase, and you're going to do the same thing. Just take as many open territories, go up to the point of where you see the other teams filling, and if at any point you lose any fans over there at the Guardians territory, you need to reinforce it back to 3 million. So we're going to reinforce one more time. We're at 9 million here, skip to attack. We're going to attack this. They attack us one more time, nothing happens. We're fine, and we're just going to keep on getting our reinforcements up as high as we possibly can, right? Should be a good amount now. I still don't want to attack any stronghold though, because there's still too many open territories for us to even run that risk. And luckily for us, we've been winning every simulation against the Guardians, as you guys can see, and the Blue Jays decide to get in our way. High simulation, this is something you probably want to avoid because you don't want to simulate at all, because you don't want to lose any fans whatsoever. But in order to prevent the Blue Jays from actually expanding a little bit more out, I am going to go and start making a path around them. They can have that right side. I'm not really too stressed about it, and it seems like that's where they're going to move out. We still have 3 million at the Guardians blocker with 15 million. We should relatively be able to take most of these open territories and be able to move towards the Rockies or start closing them off as well. That way they stop expanding. As you guys saw, we lost 2 million fans at that Guardian territory. A little unfortunate, but we're not too mad about it. That's just one reinforcement. It's not the end of the world. And now we're going to make a beeline towards the Rockies. That way they can stop expanding. So we're going to put 3 million there, and then we're going to put the rest here so the Rockies stop expanding. With 3 million, we're feeling comfortable there. Our Blue Jays are going to be what we attack next. And when I say our Blue Jays, I'm not saying our Blue Jays as in I am a fan of the Blue Jays. I'm saying like that's the next team available for us to attack. As you saw, the 4 million attacked us, dropped us, that's fine. The 3 million attacked us as well, but it wasn't able to drop us. We're going to have 8 million there. I'm comfortable leaving 8 million there. No point in continuing on simulating, as the Rockies can no longer go ahead and reinforce their territories. So what we do now is we're going to do the same thing for the Blue Jays. We're going to go ahead and circle them off as soon as possible, reinforce as many territories over there as you possibly can. We still have 3 million on our blocker, and you're going to leave 2 reinforcements remaining next to the Rockies on the move fans phase. This is one of the only times we will ever use the move fans phase. So as you can see, we left ourselves roughly 3 million there, and it's the same thing. You're just going to close off the Blue Jays. That way they don't have any more of those 2 million, 3 million territories. It's pretty simple. I could say that at this point, you could even say we're done with this video because it's just going to be a rinse and repeat. And for the Yankees and the Diamondbacks, it's the same thing. But I want to make sure you guys are completely done, you know? So we're going to go ahead and do that. Remember, the Blue Jays blocker is going to be right here. 12 million. We don't really need to fight any of these other territories. So I'm going to skip to Steel Fans phase. We're going to skip it. You don't need to do it unless there's a mission for it. And we're going to only reinforce this territory right here with 3 million. The rest, I'm actually... The Diamondbacks look a little bit more threatening as they have a 3 million territory ready to attack our 1 million. So we're going to reinforce up here. And with these 12 million fans, we're going to take it to the 19. And we're going to close off the Diamondbacks super quick. Like, it's going to be almost as in, why would you even test us, you know? All right. It looks like they had a reason to test us. Damn. They dropped us down to 13 million from 20? That's no bueno. Their 3 million attacked us. Their 4 million most likely is going to attack us too, just to protect the stronghold. Wow. No way. That had to have been the worst like sequence of events we could have had in terms of simulations. They smoked us completely, man. That is crazy. And I believe that the first step the Diamondbacks take is over here. So we're going to put 3 million there, right? But to be safe, you could have just put 3 million here, but I wouldn't do that. Just reinforce everything else there, make sure everything else has 3 million, and then just attack the 2 million, and you're gonna be good. There's gonna be nothing for you to worry about. The 2 million attack, so if they get back any of the territories, just clap them, bro. It's, you know, it's GG's. You don't have to worry about them anymore. We're gonna try to get as deep as we can to the Yankees. If we can get to the 3 million, we are gonna get to the 3 million. But if we can get to the 3 million and the 2 million comfortably, I'll be happy. Okay, hold on. We haven't lost one yet. I spoke too soon. All right, we finished there with 9 million. I'm happy they're finishing with 9 million. We're gonna skip the Steel Fans phase. The Yankees, this is their blocker, I believe. I said that in the beginning, but I don't remember too well. We're gonna reinforce this 1 million territory, and then using the move fans phase again, this is the second time we use it. We're gonna move all the fans over here, leave 2 reinforcements remaining there next to the Yankees, and let's see what the Yankees do. Let me make sure that where I said yes, the Diamondbacks do attack there first. They weren't able to beat us, and yes, the Yankees dropped a 7 mil on us? Holy! That's no bueno. We're gonna have to regain that territory. But no, you don't have to put more than 7 million there, man. They just got lucky, to be honest. That's just what it is. Or you don't have to put more than 3 million there, excuse me. Sometimes they get extremely lucky, get a beautiful simulation, and they don't lose fans from their stronghold for doing that. But my lord, are they gonna be eating away our damn spaces? We're gonna skip here. We're not gonna attack the 7 million. There's no point to it, really. We want to take back that damn Yankee stronghold as fast as we can. Reinforce. I believe the White Sox attack here, so you're gonna put 3 million there, and you're not gonna move the 21 million either. By the way, you're just gonna put everything else here, the closest territory to the Yankees. Everything should have 3 million. We're gonna leave the 21 million there for now, and we're gonna go right back after the Yankees and close them off as best as we can. Oh my god, the White Sox also went ahead and dropped a 6 on us? What's going on? The 7 million attacked us, but that attack, it didn't go too well for them. So that's fine. We ain't stressing it, and beautiful. Their 6 million attacked our 1 million, which is gonna then attack our 4 million, and they lost. So look at that beauty. With 10 million here, we're gonna be able to close them off, and hopefully this is closing them off for good. The Guardians, they took away 1 from us. Okay, so we closed them off for good. It was 6 million here. We're gonna go after the Dodgers next. Let's go ahead and move away just to get closer to the Dodgers, make this a little bit easier for us, and save some time, right? With 4 million, that's fine. We don't need to continue moving. Skip to reinforce. Reinforce 3 million here. Make sure we're back to 3 mil here. And then for the Yankees, we're gonna put 3 mil here, and then we're gonna reinforce everything else to the Yankees' right side. That way we can just move it all in one turn and not have to waste time here. Move it all to the 4. At least I'm pretty sure that the White Sox attack the bottom right. If they don't, I'll be surprised, but we have seen it happen once, so it's bound to happen again. The Yankees left us at 1, but then everything else stayed at 3. And look at that. You have cornered in every single stronghold possible. And now all you got left to do is reinforce yourself next to a stronghold until you get the game on rookie difficulty and beat them there. Highly suggest doing it against the Yankees, because look at them. They keep on attacking us and they keep dropping us to 1. So clearly they're the nicest ones out of all of them here. Have a blessed day and night. Stay positive, stay safe, stay blessed. And I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace out, gangsters.